So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jeonbuk.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
And this is now today's
It
lineup.
is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
Number 26, Robertson.
So it's away we go then. Soboslai. Soboslai! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Terrific effort! Not a bad try by any means.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
It's played through for him. Good ball. Can he finish? That's a fair try, but just off target.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Jones. Spread it left. It's a sweeping cross. That's a decent clearance. Cleared away. And now they can spring out of defence. Spread out to the left. Great vision. Oh, good take in a good area. So it is still 0-0. In with the challenge. Mohamed Salah. Real chance! And it's a goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
After 24 minutes is number 11, Mohamed Salah.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
It's a good spell of possession, and the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Konate. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Isak. Isak plays it in.
Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Decent chance! It's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And he's there to belt it away. And that's been won straight back. And that signals the end of the first period.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Liverpool sitting pretty here. 2 goals putting them into the driving seat. So off we go again. He's got away. McAllister. Now Gakpo. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. He's picked his way through. Szoboszlai. Oh, that's fabulous. Szoboszlai. Wits shoots! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. It's a promising build-up. So what can they make of this? He's found a way through, and here's Wits. He's on it, can he get away? Some good work on the right flank here. He has found the way through. And now they can clear their lines. And he's had it nicked away. 75 minutes played. And he's managed to get free. Jones. Van Dijk. Isak. Liverpool are coasting to... Oh, he's having a go! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Substitution on the field. Number 7.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 18. Gakpo. Number 9. Isak. Coming on the field. Number 42.
Looking for the run.
14,
Can he latch on to this?
Number 22.
Chiesa.
Ekitike. Substitution.
Andreas Pereira. Nicely spread.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Threads one in. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Added time is up. And there goes the whistle. Liverpool looking by any yardstick formidable. Truly enjoyable to watch and clearly so together. That was a terrific day for them. Mohamed Salah picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
And that gets things running. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, I think the fact that this guy, Saliba's starting, I think that indicates, Peter, you're looking to play out from the back, and he's shown to be very confident and comfortable on the ball when it comes to moving it forward. He'll see a lot of the ball, and sometimes he'll go direct from back to front.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. And it's Eze. Now it's Madueke. Eze gets into a good position. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Arsenal! And there is your opener. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So, a breakthrough already. Flamengo are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Jorginho. A real chance!
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Lovely bit of skill. And that's a dangerous ball. Havertz does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Now it's Madueke. And now the breakaway. White. He has found the way through. And that's... Chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. De la Cruz. Eze! Eze! It's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Arsenal are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
He's in plenty of space here. Chance for a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
That's a shame, Peter. Such a great run, but he didn't have that clinical edge.
Odegaard. Ended up in no man's land. In Capuyi. And it's Eze. Rice. And the referee has signalled for half-time. So your views on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And we get things going again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Rice. Subimendi. That's going wide left. Challenge just a bit on the firm side.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
That has found him in acres of space. There's the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? Arsenal are looking to go forward now. And that's really well manoeuvred. Saliba, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Flamengo do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And they're back on the ball again. Now it's Rice. Now it's Saka. Jorginho. De la Cruz. Lino has the space to scheme. Shot could be on. Pings it across.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Thinks about the shot. Now it's Odegaard. Arsenal with a chance to counter-attack now. Good ball, good take. Oh, just skips past his man. Saka. Oh, this is a very good run. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And there goes the final whistle. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end, virtually unavoidable. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Begley.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs, but if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
So we're very much on the way now. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. It's Lewandowski! He's scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Dani Olmo. Good. Goes for goal! And the keeper could only will that wide of the post.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Gabriel. Dani Olmo. Gavi. Barcelona leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. He's got away. Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Subimendi. Odegaard. Gavi makes a dash for it. Dani Olmo. He's had a shot! Oh, good finish! They are purring, truly purring! And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
That's a sharp pass. It's a really well-measured ball. And it's Eze. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Zubimendi. Saliba looking to pass their way up the pitch. He's shifting through the gears here. Capier. Look at the space here. Madrid! And that's a tidy finish. And deep into first half stoppage time, a timely strike. That was a given, it always was. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Barcelona are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. And so the action is resumed. That'll be a throw. Pedri. Spread out to the left. Barcelona come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Saliba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Lewandowski. João Cancelo. It's loose, and there's... Oh, it's fallen loose again! Now, that is commitment to the cause.
The taker has to look for options, because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. And it's Gavi. He is just caressing the ball. Can he finish? White tries to clear. So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Ferran Torres coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, they've gone for more energy up front. This is a clear message, Peter.
Zubimendi.
Oh, it's great work in terms of both purpose and intensity.
Madueke. Gavi. Dani Olmo.
Oh, really well played. Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
He has found a way through. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Now it's Havertz. Now it's Eze.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
And we're done. Barcelona proudly puff out their chests in victory. They know that was a battle, they know it could so easily have gone the other way, and they are clearly so happy to have won it. Lewandowski voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
There's the whistle. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, the Spanish really have been churning out some genuine quality at left-back, and this guy, Alex Grimaldo, is another one of them. I think the modern game...
De la Cruz! Oh, that wasn't far away. And we have our very first corner. Towering header! Goal! Flamengo! The first significant strike. Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Flamengo leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Great vision. And the shot! And he couldn't finish.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Andriy. Garcia. First quarter of an hour gone. And it's Garcia. Now it's Schick. No, that's been intercepted. Jorginho. De la Cruz.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And the finish! Oh, it's come off the upright. Flamengo already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Oh, now he can run away with it. Pass is just off target.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And he's managed to get free. Shoots! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, that's why we love the beautiful game, to see excitement like that. The run was dynamic, the finish disappointing.
That is ended up in no man's land. Engages and forces him off the ball. Flamengo are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. No way through. Teller. He's shifting through the gears here. No, that's too long. Jorginho. It's a really well-measured ball. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Flamengo go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Flamengo just about ahead, 1-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Flamengo definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Palacios. Now, what about a counter-attack? An hour into the second half. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
Garcia. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Oh, good-looking ball. It's a good foot in there. Teller. And Grimaldo. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Wriggles his way through. It's loose now and they want to get it back.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Lino. And that really should have been that.
Lino really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
Substituição no time do Flamengo.
Well, they scored their first goal from a corner. What about now? Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Schick. Looking for options for movement. Lucas Vazquez pinches it off him. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. Bayer Leverkusen making further changes here, and in quick succession.
Well, for me...
Oh, good effort! Harmlessly behind.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Benson, oh, great leap! Oh, fine stop. And we're done. Flamengo have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I think this was a game that served to show just how effective set pieces can be. Sometimes you have to rely on them when nothing else seems to be working for you, and this was exactly that.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even.
And the shots! Hakimi. Grimaldo. Great chance! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jeonbuk beside me.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim, well,
it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
And that gets things running. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I have always rated Lucas Hernandez as a hugely talented player who has really benefited from playing alongside some fine defenders in his youth, and now very much reaping those benefits in the way he's moving his game forward.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Hakimi purring through the gears. He's having a shot! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Hakimi really showed what he brings to this side there. A fantastic effort, even if the defence seemed half asleep.
Bremer. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And here's Ramos. Now it's Lee Kang. Tries a shot! And he couldn't finish.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Paris Saint-Germain. Oh, they could be caught out here. McKennie to Conceição, and it's Thuram. Now it's Conceição, knocks it into space. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Distributed tidily. Lee Kang in, picks it up out wide. Big chance! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
And he gets rid in a hurry. Forced to go back. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And it's Ruiz. It's a good ball out wide. Oh, that's neat. Goes for a shot! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
McKennie. Locatelli.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
Lee Kang in. Fabian Ruiz! Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So we reach the halfway point.
Paris Saint-Germain certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
Oh, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. We're already back up and running after half-time.
Paris Saint-Germain are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Now it's Ramos. Great chance! He's got a goal! And we have liftoff! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Paris Saint-Germain have penetrated for the first time.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
And it's Cambiasso. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Gonzalo Ramos! And he can thump it away.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 9. Pour le remplacer, le numéro 10.
Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Dembele, and that is expertly dealt with.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mayulu looking to shake off some unwanted... And the shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
Changement.
So we have further activity on the bench here. Openda getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
Cambiasso going after that. Now it's Openda. Doué. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's good play. He's dealt with that really well.
Paris Saint-Germain really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. That is lovely. And he's managed to get free. Chance for a shot! And there's a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
And that's it. Paris Saint-Germain are chirpy, cheerful and contented. It was a comprehensive display throughout, and their tactician-in-chief can draw great satisfaction from it. Kvaratskhelia taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.